In the year 732, two mighty worlds stood at the edge of destiny. From the east came the unstoppable tide of the Umayyad Caliphate, their banners flying, their armies hardened by decades of conquest. From the west, stood the Franks, led by a man history would soon call the Hammer, Charles Martel. This is the story of the battle that decided the future of Europe. The Battle of Tours. The march of the Crescent for 100 years, Islam had spread with lightning speed, from the sands of Arabia to the gates of Spain. Now, Abdul Rahman al-Ghafiqi, the brilliant Umayyad commander, set his eyes on Frankish lands. A vast army, said to number in tens of thousands, crossed the Pyrenees into France. To the frightened villages, they seemed unstoppable. A wave of warriors, clad in mail, carrying curved blades, chanting prayers, and thirsting for victory. Villager, whispering in fear, they are coming. Nothing can stop them. The Frankish resolved, yet in the heart of Gaul, one man stood ready. Charles Martel, a leader not born a king, but forged in battle. Hold the line. With no time to waste, Martel called his men, farmers, peasants, and knights, and trained them day and night. He knew discipline, not numbers, would decide the war. He knew that if the Umayyads broke through, all of Christian Europe would lie open. Charles Martel, commanding voice, stand firm. Let no man break ranks. Remember, today, we do not fight for land. We fight for our very survival. The eve of battle was heavy with silence. In the Umayyad camp, Abdul Rahman reminded his men of their victories, of Damascus, of Spain, of countless battles where none had withstood them. But across the field, the Franks stood like statues in the cold. They had no tents, no luxuries, only their weapons and the will to endure. Abdul Rahman, calm, confident, brothers, tomorrow we ride as lions. Strike hard, and Europe will be ours. Frankish soldier, whispering, if we fall, there will be nothing left to defend. The clash begins, then came the roar of war. The Umayyad cavalry thundered forward, swift, terrifying, like a storm. The Franks, rooted shoulder to shoulder, shields locked, stood like an iron wall. Again and again, the Muslim cavalry charged, but Martel's men did not break. The Frankish wall held. A wall of flesh and iron, unmoved by the tide. The turning point as the sun dipped low, the battle reached its peak. Then came the turning point. A group of Franks slipped behind enemy lines, raiding the Umayyad camp. Rumors spread that their treasure, their families, their very lifeline, was under attack. Umayyad soldier, panicked, our camp. They are taking everything. Confusion swept the Muslim ranks. Some broke off to protect their spoils, weakening the line. And in that moment, Charles Martel struck like a hammer. Charles Martel, shouting, now! Drive them back! For our land, for our people. The fall of Abdul Rahman in the chaos, Abdul Rahman fought bravely. But fate was against him. Struck down amidst the turmoil, the Umayyad commander fell. Without their leader, the tide of battle turned. The once unbroken advance of the Caliphate faltered. And shattered. The aftermath, when dawn rose again, the field of Tours was silent. The Umayyads withdrew, retreating across the Pyrenees. Charles Martel, with his disciplined wall of warriors, had achieved the impossible. He was no king, yet that day he earned a name that would echo through history, Martel, the Hammer. Legacy. The Battle of Tours was not the largest battle of history. But it was one of the most decisive. For some, it was the moment that saved Christian Europe from Islamic conquest. For others, it was a clash of empires, each destined for glory in its own right. But one thing is certain, on that cold field in 732, the course of history was struck like iron upon an anvil. And the echoes of that clash still shape our world today.